Hello there, everybody. Welcome to Movies Are Real for the month of November 2K21. Happy holidays, everybody. Ho, ho, ho. You know what I'm fucking saying, baby? It's movie time. I'm George. Introducing myself again for the third time in a row. I'm George. Hello. Nice. I'm here with Carrie Lyles.
Hello. Happy Sprite Cranberry season to those
Hey, Sprite Cranberry season. Woohoo. Ryan, how are you?
Happy holiday. No specifics, just holidays are here. We are for everyone of all thoughts.
I feel like the dad sweater you're wearing is really like.
I feel like the corporateness of that answer was influenced by your outfit.
What are you talking about?
Oh man, hello.
I just want everyone to get along this holiday season, no matter what holiday we're celebrating. I'm not gonna say nothing.
Hello everybody. We've somehow created this fucking trend where we're watching a movie while recording a podcast, and I realized last episode we never said that we were watching Tenet. We no point mentioned that we were watching Tenet. I'm pretty sure maybe once, but I couldn't find it.
I think there was a part where someone referenced something that was happening, and like one of us started to say we didn't establish that we're watching Tenet or something, but it's like very small.
Anyways, we're watching 2003's Ang Lee's The Hulk.
Just Hulk.
Oh, just Hulk, sorry.
Just Hulk.
Just Hulk. Not Incredible, not the Hulk.
Just Hulk.
Just
Whatever
Hulk.
that means.
Mediocre Hulk.
Mediocre Hulk.
Maybe most bold editing decisions of 2003?
Man, you're right. I would love to hear from the editor of this movie being like, man, dude, I had so many effects in my little pen.
You have no idea how long it took me to do that.
Just went through every effects library I had.
My Windows Movie Maker crashed 4 times.
That's
Aang just kept coming in and been more comic booky. And I'm like, be more specific!
You know.
Like, you ever read a comic book? No! Why'd you hire me for this?
So we'll see how we feel about Ang Lee's Hulk by the end of it. It's a weird movie.
I guarantee you by the time we're done with this podcast, he will not have turned into the Hulk because
it
takes
good
that
point.
long.
Good point. It takes a long time.
Do that in this movie. That is the bit of this movie.
Anyways, November. Somehow the year is almost over, folks. It's hard to believe. That's wild. It made me realize that we have to start thinking about our best of at some point. That's crazy. I'm not ready for that, but we don't have to do that today. We do have to talk about the movies in November. And the first movie on this list is a movie that we feel very positive about. Old Pablo Larrain? Is that how you pronounce his name?
He's back.
He's back. He's here to talk about a sad lady and make a movie. Spencer, starring the one and only Kristen Stewart. We have a movie about Princess Diana, as I understand, based on the true events when they went for a Christmas. She went on a Christmas with the family, and she already knew that her husband was cheating on her, and then she's just like, I want to get the fuck out of here so bad, and we have a movie about she really does not want to be there.
Just
folks.
A particularly bad Christmas.
It's not a great Christmas. Yeah, there's that Letterboxd review. I think it's probably one. I think it was one of the top ones. At least when the movie came out, it is like Kristen Stewart once again finds herself indoctrinated into a family of vampires.
But this time, things might not end up very good.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess Ryan, you're a known Kristen Stewart appreciator on the record.
I don't like to talk about it too much. I like to keep it contained. But yes, I am quite the fan.
Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on this film?
This was everything to me. I loved every minute. Like, I knew I'd like it. But Kristen Stewart, she's done a lot of biopic-y kind of stuff in the last few years, and a lot of them been like, okay. Like just like random like famous people, but like when I heard like Prince Stan, I was like, okay, this might be something. But kind of like right from the get go, this felt like a very like worn movie, like washed out and colorful, and just had like this bitter energy to it that just kind of just right from the start you just feel like, oh, this is gonna be bad, but like hopefully it doesn't end up as bad as I know this story ends. I'm praying it's not. But oh my god, I saw this twice. In case anyone
I only saw it once.
I've seen it twice.
It's great, right, Carrie? You agree with me, Carrie?
Oh, hell yeah! I love this movie.
It's a very interesting way to do a biopic.
Yeah, I wouldn't even call it a biopic.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It's a little.
It's just like a slice of life of a person who exists.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we don't really, like, it doesn't really do any of the biopic things.
No,
Yeah.
that's
Here is
true.
her as a
I'm grateful
child.
for
Here is
that.
her
Thank
growing
God.
up. Here is her going into the royal family.
Yeah.
Like, no, we don't need that.
It's just like, hey, here's this sad lady having a bad Christmas.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And even though it doesn't like get into like the like, I feel like with our age we weren't around for a lot of the Princess Diana stuff.
Yeah,
so I'm not a big.
I don't have
expert
a
on that.
context.
Yeah, me neither.
I have the idea of this person. I feel like this movie really does emphasize the idea of this person, where I was like, yeah, the royal family, they don't seem very cool from my American perspective, but then I
Yeah.
watched this like, oh yeah, this would be just the
A
worst.
nightmare.
This
Yeah.
would be awful. I hate this.
Mhm. But yeah, the movie is essentially, it is like, not claustrophobic is the word, but just deeply uncomfortable. When the movie starts, oppressive, that's the word. Just this oppressive energy throughout the whole time. And you don't know how bad it is and how awful how much it affects Princess Diana, played by Kristen Stewart in this film, until just like the behavior she exhibits. Like my Letterboxd review of this was a Swallow 2 European Boogaloo, because that's what it reminded me. But you see what 100%,
yeah.
like, and it's and for folks who are not familiar with Swallow, I forgot what the character was suffering from there. Do you remember on top of your head, Carrie, at all?
I don't remember what the affliction
Right,
was called.
but essentially, she was able to find like an unhealthy outlet for the deeply uncomfortable feelings that she was having of being like sort of trapped, sort of like being suffocated by who she is as a person in this relationship with this really shitty guy, big rich guy with a rich family who has a lot of expectations, and her trying to live up to those expectations is just really just a fucking choking her out.
She feels out of control in every aspect.
Yeah,
so she
yeah.
finds a super not great, not the healthiest
Of
outlet
swallowing objects.
of something that she feels in control of and is like her own thing.
Yeah, that's what Swallow is about, and we see a lot of sort of a lot of the same stuff in this movie.
Not to that like
Not to that huge level.
graphic of
Not to that, yeah, but it's the same. It's the same vibe. It's
It's
the
just
hurting
like-
herself.
It's the same setup,
It's the
yeah.
same
Yeah.
setup essentially. But yeah, we see that, and like you genuinely feel sorry for this character, which is we have this person who's essentially got married into royalty, so it's like what's the big whoop? It can't be that bad. But Kristen Stewart and the way this is written and the way this is shot, you feel sympathy for the character, and Kristen Stewart is just on it. She's just so energetic in this, and she just knocks it out of the park. I love it as well. It's one of my favorites of the year, top 5 for sure. Looks beautiful. I love the way it's shot. I like the way it's framed. It's not really a 4x3. It's like, I don't know what the fuck it
It
is.
is a really cool aspect ratio.
it feels like you're watching it on like a CRT,
Yes.
even though
It's got a
that's not
warm
it.
fuzzy. It's not
Yeah.
like a little out of focus. Maybe not out of focus, but there's like a bloomy kind of look.
Yeah, the
it
way
looks
it's
hazy.
color-graded maybe
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. I think it's fantastic. I think it's one of the best of the year. I hope Kristen Stewart gets recognition for it.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
There-
it's about time.
There are moments there are moments of obviously where moments where like, man, this sucks ass, and there are also like genuine moments of like laugh out loud. Holy shit!
Oh yes.
Like she's really trying to bring like there was a bit. The stuff with Princess Diana, like, she went through some hard shit, especially with the media. Well, like just internally with the royal family. But there's still that spark of a person who had a lot of life in her, and that stuff like comes out in Kristen Stewart's performance, and it's really wonderful, especially with her kids.
yes,
It's
I
great.
love that scene with the kids on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, I guess, when they were opening the present. That was such a like, you really got like, oh, this is just like
was
a
it,
great mom.
Duck, she got them.
She got them all like.
She got one of them a crab or a lobster or something.
Yes.
The other
Oh,
like a
one
shrimp.
was a crab and one was a lobster.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Mommy, why did you get me a bloody lobster?"
I love that one line where the little kid is like, "Mommy, I actually have to open this right now, otherwise I'll be sick."
It's so. Yeah, and it helps like breathe from like, the horrible stress.
Really
like,
tense to totally.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, I could like breathe and like see like, oh, there is a light at the end of this character's tunnel, and it's her getting out and spending her life with these wonderful kids she has, and being a wonderful mom. And in the context of the story, that is how it ends. That's how it ends, and nothing else happens, and everyone's happy.
Sally Hawkins plays a minor role in this character, but it's Sally Hawkins, and so when she's there, you know, you love her, and she's great.
Oh, yes.
The ending is fantastic. It's just wonderful. Sally Hawkins, national treasure. She's fantastic.
Yes.
But yeah, Spencer's great. Go watch Spencer. It's very good. I did not know what I expected going into it. Like trailers that used like it's Perfect Day, and I was like, oh, really weird. Yeah, and I was like, I was not sure what to expect, but yeah, it's really good.
The music in this movie is also fantastic.
Yes.
It's the same guy who did it's Johnny Greenwood, the Radiohead guy, the same guy who did the soundtrack for Phantom Thread.
Oh,
so I was like,
okay.
no wonder this slaps. Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay.
Like, especially at the beginning when she's just driving through the countryside and it's like, this is nice, but it's just this like disjointed saxophone music.
Yes.
You're like, what the fuck? I'm uncomfortable.
I don't know the name of the actor. Who is the guy who plays Wormtail from Harry Potter? Or whatever the fuck? Does anybody know his name?
I don't know his name, but I don't think it's the same guy.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
He does look like him though.
Okay. Anyway.
No idea who we're talking about.
Okay.
Peter Pettigrew, the guy who turns into a rat.
Yeah. No.
Oh, Ratman.
Yeah, Ratman.
Yeah, Ratman.
Who,
I know
if
Ratman.
it's the same guy, it may or may not be also in Vanilla Sky, which I watched recently, and he's.
It is the same guy.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah.
He just looks less rat-ish in this movie.
Makeup, folks.
That was probably a stylistic
Movie
choice.
magic.
Well, the movies that I know him most from are Harry Potter and Sweeney Todd, and he
And
looks
yes, he's in Sweeney Todd in that, yeah.
Okay.
He's in
movies.
Sweeney Todd in that. All right, well, that's Spencer, folks. A high recommendation from us. The next movie here is Jim Cummings' latest outing, the beta test, baby, starring Jim Cummings of Halloween Kills fame. He's back, folks. We have this movie where I don't know what the exact profession in Hollywood is.
He was like
He's a
agent,
talent
but not
agent.
really.
but like a agent, like a middleman,
Like
type
a middle,
agent.
100%.
Yeah.
He's not needed anymore.
Right.
That's
I think
the whole
he's
bit.
like trying to sell an agency to people.
Yeah.
And it's
he was
just
like
like-
trying to sell bundles of
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Just weird Hollywood bigwig guy.
Yeah, really
basically.
shitty. Who's gonna fuck you over? Not a great guy.
Yeah, who's like, you're gonna love being in this movie, Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's gonna be a big hit.
So he gets an unsolicited invitation for a no strings attached sexual encounter where you're blindfolded with the other person. You write down what you want, you do it, and that's it. That's it. But he's a little on the edge. He's a little not all there.
He's engaged.
He has some regrets.
He's
engaged,
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a very important thing.
Yes, he's engaged, and he gets his letters like, should I? And
Yeah,
then he's
exactly.
like, no, I'll do it.
He's
I'm
not a
just
great
gonna-
person to start with.
Yes.
So this isn't like a good person being tempted. He's kind of he's an asshole. So
Yeah. He's a Hollywood agent.
he's a Hollywood agent. And so he has some regrets about that, and he starts digging like, what the hell's going on? Who made this? And he uncovers some stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
This movie's a bit all over the place, huh?
It's a little everywhere. Carrie, you're a fan of Jim Cummings'
I
work.
love Jim Cummings.
So
This
what are
is
your
Funny-
thoughts on
very
this?
funny guy.
This is I don't want to say by far because that's a little rude, but this is definitely my least favorite of the movies of his that I've seen. Like, I don't know. I need to watch it again because I feel like I just didn't get what he was going for. Because I know he's very vocal about, on Twitter at least, about like making your own movie and doing all that. So this is just like satire of the Hollywood system. I want to watch it again, but his performance is good because he just does what he does best and is just like a on the edge, unhinged guy having lots of loud meltdowns. And
Yes,
it's very funny.
he's a very. There's certain kind of actors who like nail the like angry funny,
Yeah, he's so good
and
at
like,
that.
and that's what he nails. Because a lot of people, when they try to be angry funny, it's like, oh, you're a psychopath.
Yeah.
But this guy, maybe because like you could probably kick his ass, you're like, all right, whatever. Even when he's a cop, you're like, all right, man.
Yeah, but I don't know. I liked the movie. I think I definitely liked it more than you guys did, but I'm not crazy about it. I really, really, really liked the opening sequence though with the lady. Who
Oh, that was
911.
intense.
Oh,
that was
was
intense.
Awesome.
That was difficult.
That was amazing. I loved that, but I don't know. I'm not crazy about this one, but I do love Jim Cummings.
Yeah, I think the main thing with this one is towards the end when like he's unraveling the mystery, like who's sending these letters out? The answer to that is just a little like, okay, but why are you doing this? Like you explained it to me, but I still don't fully get.
Yeah, it
why.
felt like the movie was like ta-da, and I was like, huh?
But
that is probably my fault.
I don't know. It felt very because like the music was like a and like, you see the real reason was you son of a bitch, and like it's like, but what? What's the point?
Yeah,
You trying to prove a
it
point
gets
about
there.
like, men or
Yeah, it's very confusing, and Jim Cummings has a freak out moment at the end of it. I think for me, I think he did a fine job, but because there was nothing else to support it, the story, where we're at in the story and everything that's been led up to this point, I'm just like, relax a little bit, my guy. This is not...
This movie definitely, I think those stuff that I like about Thunder Road and Wolf of Snow Hollow are the scenes that have, like, heart and sympathy behind them. Because, like, he freaks out in both those movies, but it's coming, in Thunder Road, it's coming from a place of his daughter is going to be taken away from him.
Yeah, and his mom died.
Yeah, his mom is dead. And then in Wolf of Snow Hollow, it's him dealing with his sick dad and his wife and his daughter. And there's all, like more...
He's like
grounded elements.
Yeah,
it
when he freaks out, it's like, oh, you're freaking out because of something else, and definitely not because of this.
And I like it loses the charm a bit when it's him.
He's just an asshole,
a bigwig asshole freaking out. But that just is probably.
I agree.
But it feels a little more out of place. I don't know.
But also
I just like the other ones more when they have that sentimental side. But that's not what he was going for in this one. So I
agree with that. I think that's definitely more his style.
I think it at least lands better.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
That first scene, though, fucking incredible.
It's so fucking good. It's so good.
It was wildly well done. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else to say about this movie, especially because you probably haven't heard of the beta test, listener. Maybe you have. It's not that big of a movie, and I don't know if it's going to get like. I think Jim Cummings fans will see it, but I don't know. Well, I feel like Wolf of Snow Hollow. I heard outside of the bubble. It got pretty loud.
Yeah,
people got
because it came out on digital during lockdown, I think.
Okay.
So it got elevated a bit more.
People needed to watch stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, and I don't know if this is gonna do that because I don't know if it's there. I guess I don't care. Are most people like, that was mixed. That was
Yeah.
I think I'm seeing a lot of mixed, but I'm also seeing a lot of really positive takes, and also hearing some supremely negative takes, like from Donna Joe.
Oh, yeah, sure. Classic.
So, I think this is just a lot more, like we already said, all over the place like ratings-wise compared to his other films, because I think the other ones scale a lot more, that people really, really like them. Yeah. But I don't know.
Okay.
I'd be curious to see how this film
I still
stays in our minds a year from now.
I still really like Jim Cummings, and I
love him so much.
And I'd love to see more of his stuff.
Yes. And he's gonna keep making movies.
He will not stop.
He will not stop.
They let me make one. He's just gonna keep making until they make him stop.
Yeah, well, that's the beta test. Not much to say on that. Man, Ryan.
Okay.
I'll
do my best here.
All right. The Eternals is the next movie.
The Eternals.
Marvel's Eternals, baby. Directed by Chloé Zhao.
Yes.
No idea what this movie's about. So go ahead.
Okay, so this movie is about the Eternals. They are a group of eternal beings with all super incredible, amazing powers that they were sent to Earth 4,000 years ago. Or 5,000 years ago, a long time ago, to stop the deviants, horrible monsters that are killing people. And they come up on Earth and they all have powers. And there's fucking 10 of them, and it's so complicated. And then they stop all the deviants, and according to the rules they got from their master, the Celestial, they cannot interfere with anything human unless a deviant is involved. So that's why all of the crazy stuff we've seen in all the other Marvel movies, they've just been like, oh, no, I'm good, that's fine. And it's a crazy tale that spans generations of them and their adventures across time on Earth. And my God, is it like a bullet in the head. It just is a miserable boring experience of people that you're never given enough time to care about, and no one is never given enough time because there's so many characters to like understand like, okay, who are you? Besides like some two-dimensional like, oh, here's Angelina Jolie, she's having some mental issues because she has the time sickness. And this is the guy who can control people's minds, and he's all like, maybe if I just controlled the humans, and it's like, but everyone's like, maybe you shouldn't. He's like, all right, I won't.
I'm sorry.
I'm thinking about it.
No, that's not him. Never mind. I thought that was Carlisle. That's not him.
No.
I'm watching Hulk. Sorry. Go ahead.
And then there's Superman guy who's really strong, can shoot laser beams out of his eyes, and he can fly. Everyone else has one power, but he has like 3. I don't understand why. And then our main character girl, Gemma Chan, can like change the molecules of a non-living thing. And even though she's the main character, she has no distinguishable personality trait whatsoever. Besides, she loves humans and she loves being a human and all that stuff. But across the movie, you learn, like, hey, these guys you just learned about, maybe there's some more stuff in that story that they didn't know about. Like, maybe they're gonna turn the planet into an egg, and then the egg is gonna spit out a giant monster man to destroy all the planet. But that was what they were there for the whole time, actually. But they learned to love humans over time this one time, so now they're gonna not do that this one time. Did you guys follow any of that?
Wait, the Eternals were the bad guys the whole time?
No.
I stopped listening.
That's totally fair. That is totally fair. No, the main plot of this movie is that it is revealed that inside the planet is a celestial, a giant rock man who creates life when he destroys the planet, killing everyone on the planet. And their goal is to make sure he comes out of the shell. But they were like, actually, we like humans, and we're not going to let you do that this one time. But Superman guy's like, I think we should let him do it. And it's like, no, I love you. Blah. It sucks. It just sucks.
Okay.
My favorite part, though, about this movie is there's a big part towards the end where they're all fighting over, like, oh, what do we do? What side do we take? And Kumail Nanjiani's character, who's probably the most entertaining, and he has the most interesting backstory. He's like this Bollywood Bollywood actor, and he's been playing like his like father over time. Like he's like, oh, I'm just my dad, but we look at like so he's been an actor for like hundreds of years. It's very fun. But he's like, you know what, guys? I don't want any part of this. I'm leaving. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, in every other movie, the guy who's like, I don't want any part of this. I'm leaving. He always shows up at the last minute to saves the day. He doesn't. He just doesn't show up to the final battle at all. It's so funny.
That is funny.
What the hell?
He'll be back.
He won't be back. But I think the worst part of this movie is when it ends, like they save the planet and whatnot, and they're like, how about half of us go into space and try to find out where the other Eternals are? And they go into space and the other ones are on Earth. But then a fucking god just like yoinks the people on Earth out. It's like, you're going to space jail or whatever. It's like, okay, so the movie's not ending? And then the ones that are in space, like going out to find the other Eternals, fucking Harry Styles shows up on the spaceship out of nowhere. It's like, hey, I'm Thanos' brother, am I right? And then it ends.
What?
Yes.
Is he actually Thanos' brother?
He's Thanos' brother, yes.
Okay.
Thanos has a brother. Yeah, I know.
Is he purple?
No, he looks like Harry Styles.
What?
Oh,
Why is Thanos purple?
He's ugly. I don't know. Actually,
wow, Ryan.
there is another post-credits scene where Kit Harington, who's an actor, right? We all agree that Kit Harington is an actor.
Sure.
He was in Game of Thrones. His only role in the movie is to be Gemma Chan's boyfriend. Then he does not appear for the rest of the 2 hours of the movie. At the very end, he's like, I know you discovered some stuff about like your family, but I figured out some crazy stuff about my family. You know what I'm saying? But then like he doesn't get into that. But then the post-credit scene, he holds this like crazy weird sword, and he's like, whoa, what's going on here? And then off screen you hear Blade be like, whoa now. And that's it.
Oh man.
This movie sucks. It's just setting up more Eternals movies and then the Blade movie.
That's what Marvel has been for the last 7 years.
I know, but
Ryan.
Carrie, this is a 3-hour movie that's just setting up movies. And like none of the characters do. It just sucks. This movie sucks. All right, and I know it felt like I gave a very bad explanation to the movie, but it was actually a very good explanation to the movie. It's, I don't know this. If you want to skip a Marvel movie, you already have it. It was Eternals, and that's fine. Because this movie is not worth it.
Do you see Blade?
No, you just hear his voice.
How do you know it was Blade?
They said later on in press, like, hey, that was Blade.
Oh, that's so lame.
I know, it's 100% lame.
They can't give us anything for Blade.
They can't give us anything for Blade. Yeah, they hire Mahershala Ali. And I was even reading, he did an interview. He's like, hey, you were in Eternals. And he was like, yeah, kind of. It's like, it was just your voice. He was like, yeah, it was super difficult because, like, I haven't really established what I want the character to be yet. So, like, how do I just do their voice when I don't know what the character is going to be at this point? But he phrased it as, like, an acting challenge, because, like, you know, he needs to like, make that dollar. Yeah. Which totally get.
Also, I want him to actually like making Blade.
Hopefully. Oh, no. I feel like he will like making Blade. But I just feel like it was just a weird point to be like, Blade, but then also not show Blade or even be like, oh, it's me, Blade. Like, he could have at least done that.
All right, well, great. Moving on to better films. Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Carrie, I give the mic to you. What the fuck is going on in this movie of Clifford the Big Red Dog?
Well, you see, Emily Elizabeth.
Yes.
Everyone knows her. She's having a hard time in school.
Big Well Island? What? Or is it just New York? Is it just New York?
I think it's just New York.
Ah, boo.
seemed like New York, okay. But she's having a hard time fitting in at school, getting bullied, and
I don't get that. I've never been there.
Me neither.
Yeah.
We've always been cool dads.
We have been cool dads. Look at his sweater.
But her mom has to go on some sort of business trip, and her fun uncle comes to stay with her, and on their way to school, there's a magical animal adoption tent in the park across from her school. And inside that tent is John Cleese, and he has all kinds of crazy animals. And
wait, so there's more crazy animals than just Clifford the Big Red Dog?
Well, animals you wouldn't expect to find in a tent in New York City, like a sloth or a big lizard. And I forgot to mention...
Look at how big this lizard is!
I forgot to mention at the beginning of the movie, there is like a golden retriever with a bunch of golden retriever puppies, and they're inside this warehouse. And you see Clifford, he's with them, and he's much smaller than the other dogs. He's bright red, and he gets hidden under this towel, and then, like, animal control comes and takes all the puppies and the dog mom and takes them away, and then Clifford is left there. And I want you guys to know that my mom started crying after this scene, and I was just laughing because Clifford looked so fucking weird. Yeah. Because when he was a puppy, he wasn't proportioned like a puppy. He just looked like a dog that they had made small. Oh. And so it just looked really weird. So I'm giggling, and my mom's like, "Carrie, he just lost his whole family." I was like, "I know, I'm sorry."
I know, but they just changed the size of the model.
So I'm just laughing about Clifford looking so weird, and my mom's really upset. But
that's amazing.
He's wandering around, and John Cleese picks him up, and then John Cleese tells Emily Elizabeth to adopt him. And she's like, he's small, and he's like, he'll grow with your love. And she's like, I love you so much, Clifford. And then they wake up the next day, and Clifford is huge. Because she loves him that much, and it's magic, and John Cleese is magic. He reminded me of Christopher Walken in 9 Lives. Similar sort of
obviously
animal adoption guy who is also a wizard.
Or Click.
Or Click.
Or Click.
Yeah.
That guy's always giving people weird things.
Weird things to help patch up your family with magic. Also, I'm the Angel of Death, Larry.
I'm the Angel of Death.
Larry, I'm the Angel of Death.
Angel of Death.
The Angel of Death.
What?
It's so
but
confusing.
Yeah, this movie is harmless. Like, it's not great or anything, but it has fun moments. And Clifford is a big, cute dog. Once he's huge, it's not as upsetting looking. It's just when he's a little tiny puppy, it looks really, really weird. But
Which sucks because Clifford Puppy's days was pretty good. I remember
I remember that too.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also a genetics science company that is, I don't remember what their goal was.
Trying to make the Hulk, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was the company from Hulk. But they catch wind of Clifford because they see him on the news and they try and steal him to take his genes to use for their research.
Of course.
But that's the weird.
That's the villain plot.
Yeah. But yeah.
Okay.
Well,
how do you capture a dog that's the size of a house?
They have a big truck.
Okay.
And a bunch of
I feel like they would need a King Kong style boat to just we got him.
Well, I mean,
guys.
he's not as big as King Kong.
Okay.
He's big, but you could put him in a truck.
Okay, that's not that big.
They do. They carry him around in a truck.
That's a moderately sized dog, Carrie.
It's big.
I feel.
It's pretty
I
big.
don't know, Carrie. It's up there, but I would say
he would probably be as tall as the ceiling in this room. But that's not as big as King Kong.
I live in a mansion, Carrie. So that's pretty big.
Right. Yeah, that's right. We're the grand piano right over there.
exactly.
Well, I'm disappointed Clifford the Big Red Dog doesn't have more content, but
yeah, it's
the story about your mom is pretty
funny.
funny, so that makes up for it.
It was very funny.
All right. Well, that's Clifford the Big Red Dog. Speaking about I don't know. I don't got anything actually. I was gonna say I don't know. Anyway, Ghostbusters Afterlife. Jason Reitman. Ghostbusters is back. This time it's for the fans. Am I right, folks? Yeah, I'm sorry. That paints this film bad.
Just you and me saw this, right,
yeah,
George?
I didn't see this.
Oh, you didn't?
I was going to, but then my mom really wanted to, but then she never followed up.
Right,
so
you told. Yep.
I'm not going to see it because it'll just make me depressed.
Okay, so yes. So this is, for those who are not aware, this is the canonical next film after the original Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters 2 does not exist in this universe, and it is years after, way long, pretty much present day. Egon, yes, Egon has passed away, and he has left his his daughter, and his grandchildren, his house. And it's a fucking dump in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of Seward, Nebraska. You know what I'm saying?
Basically, yes.
He lives in this giant house that's falling apart. He's got all whatever the hell, and they're down on their luck. His daughter and her kids. So they're like, he left us nothing. We're broke. We can't afford rent. Blah 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 blah. And so they're like, well, I guess this is ours. We got to fix it up and whatever the hell. And then they find. Oh yeah. There's Finn Wolfhard. And then he has a sister. I don't know the actress at the top.
McKenna Grace.
Yes.
A lot of great horror stuff. She's
the younger version of everyone, and she's in lots of horror movies.
Yes. So yes, they find out that hey, our grandpa was a Ghostbuster. That's crazy. What's going on in this town? And yeah.
Now, George, I have a lot of thoughts on this movie, but my main one is when you saw this, was the audience laughing and cheering at everything?
Oh, no. We're in Alamos now.
I went to a Marcus Theater, so everyone was laughing and cheering.
There was a lot of family. There was a lot of family.
There was a lot of kids. It was like a packed theater, and everyone was laughing.
This was also a packed theater, yes.
Having fun. And I just felt like I was disconnected from society.
That's interesting.
I felt like I was in a room full of crazy people losing their minds at every single thing.
I don't think it's awful.
I hate it.
You described it in your letterbox as a film for smooth brains, and that is exactly what it is.
It is.
But that's fine, I think.
It is totally
that's
fine.
What it is.
But here's the part of the movie that gets me so much. It's the part where all the kids are in jail.
Yes.
And and they're like, I want my one call, and the cop goes up to her.
Yeah, that's
the
contrived.
The cop goes up
contrived,
to her.
Yes.
It zooms in. He's like, oh yeah. It zooms in more. Who you gonna call?
Yeah, it's contrived.
And it's and everyone. Some people cheered.
Yeah.
People cheered, and I get it. Ghostbusters is a funny movie, but
this isn't trying to be a funny movie, though.
No, it's trying to be remember
that?
Ghostbusters? The movie I know you watched. What if we only made jokes that were just repeating the jokes from Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm not saying, like, this movie has nothing. I think McKenna
think
Grace's
it's fine.
character is, like, really great. She, you know...
Oh,
like,
yeah, she's great.
She has, like, her interests. It's cool that, like, in the movie that was created after the female Ghostbusters thing, that the main character of this movie
It's still a woman.
is a nerdy little girl.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But all the other characters kind of suck.
Yeah.
Like her brother's
Finn
Wolfhard arc is just like, I like this girl, and like you kind of barely see
not a
anything from
character
that.
yet. Not a character. Podcast.
Oh my god, her best friend
It's called Podcast.
is just called Podcast, and it's just like, there's nothing to know about you but your name is Podcast.
He's like a nerdy guy who likes to make podcasts.
Yeah, but his name is just Like, what's his fucking name?
I don't know.
Like, I hate that. And then Paul Rudd's character's like, I'm a science teacher, but I just show people Stephen King movies. And
Yeah, he was like,
nice.
show watch Cujo.
Yeah, and like that's funny, but like, okay,
He's a
whatever.
seismologist. Actually,
Yeah.
the reason he's here is because of the weird seismology thing. So here's what I think about this movie.
Okay.
I think it's fine. Like, it's fine.
At the
It's
end of
not
the day, it is
offensive.
fine.
It is fine. Like you mentioned, it's a movie for smooth brain. Like, I think if you like Ghostbusters, so it accomplished exactly what it needed to be. It is a movie for people who are older people who like the original Ghostbusters are going to laugh at all the references, or at least not laugh, but like, yes, there it is. Like, this is straight up legit Ghostbusters 2, like, but 1. Like, Ivo Shandor, like, everything, all that lore, like Zool, like we're coming back, like they try to explain what the fuck happened with that giant fucking apartment, whatever the hell. I don't know. Should we spoil the ending of this movie?
Sure.
Okay, but we'll get into
Anyone
that.
can probably guess what
Everybody
happens at the end of the
can guess
movie.
I watched the Red Letter Media video
Okay.
about this
I haven't
movie,
seen that.
so
So-
I know what happens.
So like I said, it accomplished the goal of people older, but then they brought their kids. Ryan, there's enough stuff here that if you're a kid, it'd be genuinely fucking cool. Again, they let McKenna Grace like run with being a Ghostbuster.
Yes, and
She
I
is
love that.
hunting these fucking ghosts, and she is in
She
it.
is micromanaging the hell out of it.
Yes,
It's
and-
great.
And she's in it. So like, if you're a kid, like, she's got the proton pack. She's fucking she's on the fucking shooting them and all this stuff. Like,
yeah, that's fun.
like
That's fine.
there's stuff for kids here, and there's stuff for parents. So like, when you put it together, it's a fine, normal movie, inoffensive. Everyone has a good time. Everybody walks away happy, and I think that's what it is. But it's not funny like Ghostbusters 1.
No, it's
at
not.
all.
It's not like, it's not funny. It's not challenging. It's not doing anything like
No.
super crazy, like how. Because the original Ghostbusters, what's interesting about that is like it starts off with just ghosts, but then like it very quickly escalates to like, oh, we had to save the world from a hell demon. Okay, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But this is just like, oh, it's the same hell demon from
Yeah,
the other
it's-
one.
it's go- yeah.
That's crazy, right? And then
Played by Olivia Munn, I believe.
I have
think
no
so.
idea. What the hell? I
Christopher Walken, not Christopher Walken. J.K. Simmons
Oh.
is Ivo Shandor.
Oh,
I saw
yeah,
him
yeah,
on
yeah.
the
He
cast
plays
list.
a little cameo. He's not there for. He's
Yeah.
just yeah.
But and then what got me at the end, which is like the big moment where the original Ghostbusters come back, and clearly that was all filmed on one day.
Yeah.
But the worst part is like, what's his name? The one who passed away.
Harold
Harold
Ramis.
Harold Ramis. They do a CGI Harold Ramis, and it looks really bad.
I think it looks fine. I think it looks good.
I think it looks like they're trying to. It doesn't look like they're CGIing Harold Ramis. It's like they're CGIing an older version of the character that he played.
Yes.
It looks weird. It looks fake and weird, and I don't like it. And he doesn't talk at all because he couldn't talk.
Can't talk.
Because he's dead. But there's a lot of him like looking at people and being like, huh, yeah. And it's just like, oh.
To be fair, he always wanted to make another Ghostbusters. He always
did.
wanted to make another
He
Ghostbusters.
did. They just could never agree on
yeah.
the.
And so that's the weird thing. Like, everybody's here.
Yeah.
Spoilers: Sigourney Weaver's in this movie. Even like,
Oh, yeah,
everybody's here. They made it.
They
They're
finally
there.
made
They finally did it.
Ghostbusters.
Bill
Shut
Murray
up.
be damned. Like, all this stuff, they did it. And I think it's fine. I think it's nice, even. I think it's respectful the way they did it. But that's just me. I don't know. I think this movie, like, whatever you think you're going in for, it's exactly what you're going in for this movie. I think the one thing I like about it is that they don't make movies like this. I just wish it was a little bit less, it's trying... it feels like one of those movies. It feels like a Goonies. It feels like a Gremlins. It feels like an 80s where kids getting up to no good and we're getting into some wild nonsense. They don't make movies like that. But at the same time, it's not original. And I wish it was, which is a shame. But yeah, I think it's fine. It's fine. I have no memory of Ghostbusters, the Paul Feig movie at all. So I can't tell you if that's better or worse than this. It's not as good as Ghostbusters 1, I can tell you. I always like Ghostbusters 2, so I can say it's not as good as Ghostbusters 2. So, I don't know. There you go. It's fine. I don't know.
I've always thought Ghostbusters 2 was alright.
I thought it was alright.
Yeah,
it's silly.
I think all the Ghostbusters movies are fine. But this one just feels a lot more...
Come on, my lord.
But yeah, again, like, my thoughts on this one is just like, it's just Ghostbusters again, and without that movie, it just means nothing. And it is saying nothing besides, hey, remember Ghostbusters, and I am not into that. But it again, it's fine, it's whatever.
Yep. The next movie, I've heard a lot of good things, and I don't know if did someone actually see it here? Did you see it?
Me and Carrie have both seen it.
Oh, okay.
It was on Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay. Tick Tick Boom, directed by Lin-Manuel Miranda and starring Andrew Garfield. I actually don't know much. I know vaguely what this is about. But yeah, who can take it away? Okay.
Carrie's
So
the musical lady.
It's me.
The musical lady.
Enough of a musical lady that I didn't realize that this was about a real person until like 20 minutes in. I was like, oh!
Have you seen Rent?
No, I haven't.
I also have not seen Rent.
I was like,
which is weird, right?
Yeah, because Andrew Garfield plays Jonathan Larson, the guy who wrote Rent.
Oh.
And it's about him, and he's on the verge of turning 30. And he's having like a very Bo Burnham-esque I'm turning 30 artistic meltdown. He hasn't had his hit yet, and he's trying to persevere and write this musical that he's been working on for years and years, and he's trying to get it seen and trying to get it produced and made.
It's an interesting like frame because it's a musical he wrote about his experience writing his first musical, not Rent.
No.
Rent he made after this musical.
He had this like crazy wild sci-fi
He had this
musical.
crazy like 1984-esque kind of like sci-fi kind of thing. He was he was trying.
It was his passion project,
and
for
he was
several
like
years.
he was like, this has to be the first musical I make. Like he was obsessed with this idea, but it like obviously was too expensive and weird.
Yeah.
And it it's him struggling doing that, and then framed with the musical that he made about that experience.
Yes.
So there's some back and forth in songs of him, singing about that experience, and then songs that it's also just like the experience of him going through it. Really good. Really fun, sad movie. Andrew Garfield is like a really good singer.
Garfield's amazing in this
movie. He's a good actor, it turns out. I think my main issue with this movie is it just kind of ends.
Yeah.
Which is like weird.
It's thematic, Ryan.
It is thematic, but it's also just kind of like weird because like in the story of like the guy who made Rent, he died like
super suddenly, like the night before it premiered.
Yes, which is like, oh, that
heartbreaking.
Sucks. Especially when like you think about like how popular Rent is.
Yeah.
And like he never got to see that. And like I don't want to get like too spoilering on the movie, but like in the end of the movie, there's just like a monologue like, and then he died a month before he made Rent, the movie we all know about. And it's like, you're just saying that? Like I get that that'd be a bummer scene to like put at the end of the movie, but like it's even weirder to be like, and then he died. Like not great. But really cool movie, very sad.
I want to watch it again because I feel like I would have a better reception to it watching it a second time. Especially now that Mr. Sondheim has died. I'll just cry a bunch watching it now.
Yeah.
Stephen Sondheim died. He's played in the movie because he is like in and out of Jonathan's life of like helping him get his play off the ground. And there's a very important Stephen Sondheim voicemail in that movie, and it was actually him.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh, and I found that out, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. And then it was like the next day, Stephen Sondheim died, and I was like, oh god, no.
I think what kind of was like with me about this movie until like I read more later is that there's a lot of like the AIDS epidemic in this movie.
Oh.
And at first I was like, why is there this just background AIDS epidemic thing that's not like super like bleh. But like Jonathan Larson had a lot of gay friends.
Yeah, in the musical theater community.
Yeah,
Shocking.
I know, right? And a lot of it is like him as a straight guy dealing with all of his friends dying of AIDS, which is crazy to think about.
I don't want to... There's like a lot of ways to make me cry super easily, but if you like get me thinking about the AIDS crisis and how it was just like no one cared, government people going on TV saying it's an act of God, and it's just like people are dying, entire friend groups are dying, an entire generation of people is just wiped out, and it's like, holy fuck, that's so fucking sad. I was talking to my friend who really liked this movie, and I was like, yeah, I cried like a bitch, and he was like, oh yeah, me too, and I was like, AIDS just makes me really sad, and he's like, what's it just that, not the guy with the nothing? I was like, man.
It's like, I mean, yeah, that, but then also... But yeah, I had to do some like research going because I was like, why are we just dancing around AIDS? It's a little weird.
No.
But then like I did some research like, oh, because
it was happening.
It was actually happening.
If you recommend one to be sad, I recommend the Nightmare on Elm Street 2 doc because that has a lot to do with that as well. Yeah. Anyways, you're gonna say something, Carrie?
I think AIDS plays in the plot of Rent as well.
I haven't seen it.
If I'm not
I've
mistaken.
heard Rent is very gay.
Yeah.
But I've still not
I
seen
haven't
Rent.
seen
and
Rent,
I don't know
but...
which, like, because there's different film versions of Rent, and it's also a play. And it's like, I don't know which one to watch to get the authentic Rent experience.
I don't know.
I'll wait till Steven Spielberg makes a Rent movie and has Hazel Elgort in it or something. I'll wait till that. That'll probably be the authentic experience.
Yeah, I think this movie's pretty good.
It is very good. Great music.
All right. Boy howdy, the next thing we got here is Ridley Scott.
Oh no.
He's back, baby. His second film of the year, House of Gucci, starring Lady Gaga, Adam Driver.
House of Gucci.
Oh my god, fuck off. Jared Leto, Jeremy Irons, and Al Pacino, and Salma Hayek in a very minor role.
I gotta say, guys, my favorite Jared Leto performance of all time.
Honestly?
It's not good, but it's bearable because everyone in the film just hates him.
It's amazing.
It's just really funny. He's going for it the most, I guess you could say.
Of
he's
course
going
he
for
is.
it the
He
most.
always
As
does.
he does, yeah.
But in a movie where everyone is going for it, but like
in
not
different directions.
in different directions, it's just him going like overboard really sells like how shitty his character is. It's very funny.
It's so fucking weird.
Yeah, I don't know how much to say about this. So yes, this is House of Gucci by Ridley Scott, obviously Lady Gaga. It chronicles the fall, essentially, of the actual original Gucci family being in control of the Gucci empire and how that went down. I think we went into this, I didn't expect much because I expected a lot in terms of nonsense because it looked like nonsense.
Those
all the trailers
were
insane. And the movie is, I think it's weird. It's not as unhinged as I thought it was going to be. It has moments for sure, but it's just weird, man. It's just not very good. That's what we'll say. It's not great. It's not.
I would describe this as a very entertaining movie, and people can just take that as
it's
as what
interesting.
they will.
Is this movie for smooth brains, Ryan?
There's scenes that
I think a lot of smooth brains went into it. And,
I
Brains were confused.
I think Smooth Brains would watch this and be like, "Wow, cinema! It really is capable of anything."
I'm picturing that fucking meme where it's all like fucking book or like fucking Bible, like people going into House of Gucci and like Ryan by himself going into Spencer. This is what's wrong with society. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. Ryan, did you have any thoughts on this?
This movie's hilarious, but it's also like I don't know when it's trying to be funny. When
I don't know
it's trying
either.
to
I
not
don't
be
know.
funny. Just because like it's ridiculous and like it's just all over the place, and it kind of. The movie feels like it's a Lady Gaga focused film because it's like her entering this family and then slowly trying to like pick apart at it, but also maybe she actually genuinely loves this guy, but also she kind of just wants the money.
But
kind of corrupted.
Yeah, but also the
long
corrupt
stretches of the movie that don't have Lady Gaga in it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
And then towards the end, it just is more about Adam Driver just being an asshole all of a sudden, which is weird. I don't know where that... It felt very sudden with that. And then, you know, we go into like the whole murder plot thing, and it just kind of happens, and it's like, oh, okay. Like, I was hoping this would be like a whole, you know, a lot more thrillery with that, but it was actually just like, oh, I hired a guy and he killed my husband. Nice, right? But that's it. And like, I don't know. It's a very entertaining movie. That's all I gotta say.
I feel like it could have gone a lot further in a lot of different places.
Oh, I agree.
Been a lot more
and
fun,
some scenes
but...
they went a little too far. I felt. If we want to talk about the funniest sex scene of the year,
that scene was awesome. I don't know what you're talking about.
Just trying to fill a suitcase, getting out the fucking door. Man. My God.
It's some Midsummer levels of, you know, this is a sex scene, I guess.
We didn't mention it, but the beta test is pretty bad also. But this one's more funny. That one was just confusing.
The one in the beta test is just like,
what is happening? Like, this is what we thought it was alright? I mean, I also think, like, well, that's it, right? Okay.
I would personally say I think this is the second craziest Adam Driver sex scene I've seen this year.
Oh, Annette?
You guys gotta watch Annette.
Maybe someday.
Just take an afternoon.
Whole afternoon.
Yeah. It's a great movie. It was John Waters' favorite movie of the year.
Oh. I don't know what that means.
Which validated a lot of things in my own mind. I was like, oh, okay, of course. Perfect. Thank you.
I'm desperately trying to find this thing from that fucking movie that I bookmarked, and I don't know if I'll make it in time. But I think it was my favorite, most nonsense. Yeah, I'm not gonna find it. It's the fucking part where, spoilers, Adam Driver asks Lady Gaga's character, I forget her name, it's very Italian, and I can't remember it right now, of our divorce. And there's like this guy, there's like this bodyguard, lawyer, finances guy who's always been there, and it eventually ends up being the guy who gets Patrizia, and just Lady Gaga. God bless you. And what are you saying, huh? What are you saying to me, huh? Get out of here! I don't know. And it's like, man, that I had it, and I can't wait. When I find it, I will watch it and make sure I have it at an arm's length because it is gold. It
is some big, we're all trying to do a Super Mario Brothers impression.
It's fucking New Yorker. I'm a walking here.
Hey, what the hell are you doing?
I saw a lot of people making jokes that she sounded like the lady from What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh my God, yes. Yes. Oh my God, Nadia.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. It's weird.
It's a funny movie.
Is it worth watching?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because it's...
Our friend Zach texted me and he was like, should I go see House of Gucci? And I was like, I would like go on a Tuesday maybe. He was like, I was gonna go on Friday. I was like, no. And he was like, I was like, maybe wait for digital rental so you can just watch it at home. And he was like, oh, get wine drunk and watch it. And I was like, yes, exactly.
That is the authentic way to watch House of Gucci.
That would be perfect.
Anyways,
I want 2 beers, a cheeseburger when I watch House of Gucci at the Alamo Draft House. All right.
The one thing I will say about this movie is that Adam Driver is a good actor.
I love Adam Driver.
He's great in this movie. He's very good in this movie.
He's so tall, and Lady Gaga is very small.
I found him attractive in this movie. It was just weird.
Which one, Adam or Lady Gaga?
Adam Driver.
I mean, yeah.
I've never felt that way about him until this.
He's an attractive man.
And I was like, oh, he's Hulk now, by the way.
Oh yeah, he is, man. There's Hulk dogs in this movie. Remember?
I think I thought the Hulk dogs were up right now. I thought the Hulk dogs were
I
insane.
think the hot dogs might be about the hot dogs are gonna happen. I think they're gonna happen like kind of soon.
Yeah.
Or they just happen.
Yeah, either one.
Anyway,
this is a very boring
Adam
movie.
Driver hot.
Yeah.
Who the fuck saw Home Sweet Home Alone?
I watched it.
All right, you got like a few sentences.
I was playing Pokemon and I wanted something on in the background. Okay, this movie is weird, all right? So the main plot of this movie is, a kid goes to a house, he has to go to the bathroom, and the wet bandit stereotypes, they are selling this house because they are losing. The dad lost his job, and it's gonna be the last Christmas. Their kids don't know.
Hulk dogs.
Hulk dogs. There's
What
the Hulk
the
dogs.
shit?
They look horrible.
Okay.
And the wet bandit stereotypes, they think the kid from Jojo Rabbit stole out of spite like this weird doll from their house that they just found out is worth $1 million. So the whole movie is them trying to break into the kid's house when he is all home alone so they can steal the doll back from him so they don't lose their house for Christmas. And he thinks that they're just trying to kidnap and sell him off to
The black market
the
or
black
something,
market.
or something.
So he is torturing these people who are trying to not lose their house for Christmas the whole time.
Huh.
It is bizarre
That does sound weird.
because like he's torturing Ellie Kemper, who's trying to be a good mom. And I'm supposed to be laughing at this? It's very weird. There's also like a whole scene where they're like, Hollywood comes up with no original ideas nowadays, am I right? And there's a really funny scene where Chris Parnell shows up for a scene and is like, hey, remember to pack my sleep apnea machine, am I right? And then you never see him again. It's so weird. It's just, like, the movie sucks, but, like, is it worse than the other 18 Home Alone
Probably
sequels
not.
that came out? Probably not. But no one knew those movies existed. People knew this movie existed because of Disney Plus. They're like, oh,
And
you're
because social
ruining-
media.
You're ruining Home Alone. Home Alone's been ruined for a long time. Home Alone 2 Lost in New York is not that good, all right?
I think Home Alone 1 might be
the
better.
fuck?
Carrie.
What the
Carrie,
I think
I'm
it's-
sorry. It's not that
I
good.
think it's pretty good.
What the fuck?
I think Home Alone 1 might be better, though.
Home
Home Alone
Alone
1
1
I think is
I saw
like,
it recently, and I was like, this is
book,
good.
Like textbook, I think Home Alone 1 is better, but Home Alone 2
2 is iconic.
is fun. Like, they're both fun, but I personally have more fun
Home Alone
watching
2 is the
second
movie
one.
that I feel like is on cable TV a
Yeah.
lot more for
Yes,
some reason,
yeah.
so I have more memories of it.
I am not biased towards the second one for any reason.
It's clearly not because Tim Curry fucking busts a nut when he sees that the card is stolen.
Excuse me.
Literally the Grinch. Literally the Grinch. Anyways.
I love you.
Anyways, Home Sweet Home is bad. No one needs to watch it, and
Yeah, it
everyone
wasn't-
will forget about it.
Great.
Yeah.
Come
it sucks
on.
because there's a lot of funny actors in it,
Okay.
and they're all doing nothing.
Great. Known George hater. Apparently, I revealed myself as a hater of this movie, even though I've never seen it. Come on.
Come on, Gucci. Am I right? Right, Carrie?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Should I know who Mike Mills, the director, is? Has he done anything? No.
I think so.
I
will
believe
check
so.
on that.
But yeah,
I get
Come
him
On.
confused with Mike Lee, which is a different.
Come on is about Joaquin Phoenix, and he is working at some company where he's just interviewing kids about the future, and his sister has a son, and his sister has to go away to like deal with her husband who's dealing with some mental health stuff, so he has to watch
The kid.
the kid who he hasn't really spent a lot of time with, so it's him kind of just like learning how to be an uncle in a very short amount of time. And just it's about family and all that. Kids, am I right? They're wonderful and beautiful and all that stuff. Very nice movie. I think Carrie liked it a lot more.
I
did.
liked it a
I
lot.
liked it a lot, but I feel like you had more.
I'm not like crazy about it or anything. I just really enjoyed Joaquin Phoenix giving such a nice, warm performance.
That is true.
I don't know. It was just nice. It was just most of the movie is just him. Either shots from the documentary he's making of him interviewing these kids, talking about the future, or him walking around with his nephew, talking to his nephew, and them trying to forge a relationship with each other while this kid is facing this tumultuous time where he is unsure of what's going on with his dad and his mom, and he feels resentment towards his mom, and Joaquin Phoenix has to try and help him navigate that while he's still just like, I barely know you, and so it's just them forming a relationship, and it's nice. It's just them walking around talking, and there's lots of times where it's just Joaquin Phoenix reading out of a book, and it shows the book title on screen, so it's like, oh, I'm getting some some book recommendations from this movie. It's just a nice...
It is very nice, and it's very like, hey, you can talk to kids about like these big issues, and they'll get it. Like you might like, it's easy to think like, oh, these kids don't get it, but they kind of get it.
Yeah,
they might not get like the full scope of it, but they can understand. You know, if your dad's dealing with it's like bipolar disorder.
Yes, I believe
like they can like, and like it feels like this kid's probably is gonna have like some sort of, or maybe like it's the fear that like he's gonna have like an issue like his dad is, because he's a very like manic kind of kid.
Yeah.
So there's a lot with that. George, you're laughing at the kid dealing with.
My bad. I was a bad host. I was checking Twitter and I saw a good post. I apologize.
Okay.
It's because I was looking for that Gucci thing.
Okay. You're looking for the video of Lady Gaga getting her suitcase stuffed.
No, not that one.
Okay. No, I get it.
She's got a good butt though. She
does. She's a very pretty lady. Anyways, Come On is a very nice movie. I feel like a lot of it's a little forgettable.
It's a little too. Is it a little too precious, or is it
probably a little too precious?
The black and white seems a little much.
It is a bit
I don't
much.
know why it was black and white.
Yeah, it didn't really need to be black and white. Has the director done anything else of note?
He did 20th Century Women and.
I like that movie a lot.
It was okay.
And,
Beginners? Mm-hmm. I like the movie a lot. That's a very nice movie about.
I've been meaning to watch that. It's got Ewan McGregor in it.
It does. It's about him.
Ewan McGregor.
It's about him dealing with like his mom died and his dad, as an elderly man, like comes out as gay and is like exploring being gay as like an older man. It's very cool. Very cool stuff in that.
Yeah, so this guy's made some stuff.
Okay. Speaking of Ian McGregor, not that he's in this, not that I know of, but it reminded me that I should rewatch Romeo plus Juliet. I have not seen Romeo plus Juliet since I was a child.
It in a long time, yeah.
And I haven't seen it since I was in high school.
Same.
And we fast forwarded through that scene.
So I have no idea.
Yeah.
Anyways, Resident Evil. Welcome to Raccoon City, baby. So I dragged everybody to watch this movie, and I'm really glad y'all did not. I thought people were gonna walk out of that movie hating me, and y'all took it in stride, so I appreciate it.
No.
We went of our own volition.
Yeah, no, this wasn't like an insultingly bad. Like this movie doesn't like sit you down and be like, "This sucks," and you're stuck watching it. Like I was just like, "This is dumb."
Yeah, I recognize that this movie is very bad, but I wasn't angry about it.
Yeah.
I'm very rarely angry about a bad movie, except for Last Night in Soho.
The last
that
time,
movie made me
yeah, I
angry.
wasn't. I was retroactively angry. I think maybe the last movie I racked out pissed might have been Still Mother. Like that. That level of like.
I have not been that angry.
Go to fuck yourself.
Yeah, that movie. Yeah, it might have been since Mother for that level for me as well. That movie. God. It's so weird to me how much some people really love that movie. And I'm like,
it's
why?
bizarre.
I don't get it.
Listen here, I love the movie Ghostbusters and I love the movie Mother, alright?
I love Kirsten Wiig, who's in that movie. Anyways,
fuck that movie.
Welcome to Raccoon City is a reboot of the Resident Evil movie franchise directed by a director who doesn't have a lot of experience. And it is a movie that is way too close to, like, way too, what's the word I'm looking forward to? I can't find it here, but it is trying way too hard to adapt to the source material. It is not doing the job, the stuff that adapting something to the screen can do wonders for your product. It is adapting the first two video games and a little bit of Code Veronica for no fucking reason. This movie is bad. It has not a lot of budget, and it feels like what happens when the people in YouTube comments or video game fanboys are like, why isn't this like the video game? You could just do it. It's not that hard. This is that movie. And they throw in every reference under the sun. And they try to do the thing with not enough budget or resources. And it's not great.
It's weird that they reboot this with no budget when the last series was like 8 films that made a lot of money.
But even those had no budget by the end of them.
That's true.
There's like, you make them cheap as possible, just get them out the door.
People will see this stupid.
Who fucking cares? China loves those movies, apparently. I don't fucking know. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about this movie. It's bad.
You're a big Resident Evil fan.
I love Resident Evil. It's my favorite video game franchise. And I'm
love that big tall lady with those big tall bajonkers.
She was okay. Congratulations to her winning best performance at the Game Awards yesterday.
Yeah,
so good for her. So good for her career. Happy for her. But yeah, no, like this movie does nothing for me, and I was just like, man, it's just not good. It's just not good. What are your opinions? Will I find other words that are just...
Speaking as someone who recognized zero of the references, I was like, it just felt like a zombie movie.
That's
that
the
was
thing.
Rushed.
That's what the reviewers were like.
I don't know.
Without like removing it from the video game and not adapting to make up for removing the video game part of it, it just feels like a shitty zombie movie.
Yeah. I genuinely loved that part where the guy walked in the room.
That was
on
incredible.
Fire, and
I thought that was more.
That was genuinely fantastic.
And there's no more of that. I thought that was gonna be more of that. Listener, I don't know what do you remember what the song?
It was like something crush something.
Anyways, yes, they're like Resident Evil fans will know the truck driver from Resident Evil 2. So he has this giant semi and he crashes in front of the police station, and there's like a minute scene where maybe 40 seconds, right. He's just walking on fire straight in line while this song is blasting. It was awesome. And it's awesome.
It was fucking great.
And there's nothing else like that in this movie, and it's a bummer.
Nope. I did appreciate how quickly someone was hit by a truck, though. That made me.
That didn't give me a lot.
Well, it's me.
I know. Ryan, what do you got to say?
Ryan, are you okay?
It's a very relaxing movie.
Oh yeah.
Something about like it's a very dimly lit movie.
I can't see shit.
It's a very dimly lit movie. There's a lot of rain sounds. And it's just like, I just felt so relaxed the whole time. And then like occasionally there was like screaming and like blood and whatever. And I was like, you know what? That's fine. Stuff happens sometimes, you know. It's just a regular rainy night in this small town.
This is maybe one of the highest budget ASMR videos of all time.
That is what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I just felt like if I was at home and I was watching this on a rainy night, I would have a very, very good night's sleep.
So you're going to put that movie on in the background while you're playing Pokemon someday?
Maybe. Probably not, because I've seen it already. But it is on that tier.
A few final notes. I think it's really weird. I mean, obviously, when the licensee gives the production company their property, the licensee has some say, but at the end of the day, the production company is often paying the bill for the movie. And it's so weird that Capcom and Sony have this relationship where like Resident Evil it hasn't been this big since it came out. Everybody likes Resident Evil. Mm-hmm. Why don't you spend money on this? Why don't you put a director on this? Why don't you have like a vision for this? At least the first Resident Evil movie was a creative adaptation of the source material, and I think it's okay. I think it's fun. I think it's all right.
I think the best way to adapt a video game is to just take like the idea of the game and just like
do something,
make a movie out of that, because there's all these like, we're just gonna do the game, and it's like, then people should just play the game. Like, games are movies now anyway, movies that take 80 hours to finish, but what's the point of just like condensing that into like one thing?
Unless the story is really that critical. In Resident Evil story, it's not that critical.
It's not.
It's pretty bad, actually. I love Resident Evil. It's not. My second thing I will say about this, and this movie was like no marketed at all. Again, Resident Evil 8, probably the most. I think it's one of the most successful Resident Evil games ever. It's
nominated for Game of the Year.
Yeah, weird.
Somehow.
Like, no marketing for this movie until the run-up, until the month and a half beforehand.
I didn't see any ads for this movie.
And so the weird, and I didn't know this either going in, Jill Valentine's in this movie, and she's played by a black actress. Nobody knew that, and now that when the movie came out, the one thing that came out of this movie is that people harassed the actress off of Instagram because they saw the movie, and when they saw Jill Valentine played by a black actress, they probably flip their shit and fucking so fuck those people. Go fuck yourself. That's what I'll say there. And I I don't know if they're gonna do anything. They set up.
They do set some. Well, all I'm saying, George, as someone who has never played those video games, I'm very, very upset that they would change an iconic character, Jill Valentino's Pizza.
She's got the sandwich, you know.
The sandwich.
Jill sandwich.
She was a sandwich lady.
Yeah,
That's funny stuff.
Yeah, it was a sandwich lady.
Oh man, that's
I
great.
think the song is "Crush" by Jennifer Page.
Oh.
I looked up a playlist on Spotify.
Also, I'm sorry. I thought that was the last thing. I would have. If I had the capacity to make movies and the talent and the creativity to do it, I would love to do a 90s period piece. And this movie does that. Like it tries to, but it doesn't go all the way. And they should have committed to it. They got the songs. It has a fucking that one song by the Cardigans that I love in it for a second. That's great, but it doesn't go all the way. And I wish it did. Commit to that, but it didn't. Anyways, it's not very good. I recommend watching Paul W. Sanderson's Resident Evil or Paul W. Sanderson's Event Horizon, which I haven't seen.
Event Horizon's great.
So,
it's fine.
which is what he got Resident Evil after Event Horizon. So I don't know.
I gotta watch I'll watch the original Resident Evil. With you
Hell
sometime,
yes,
George.
it's pretty good. I think.
I don't know if I'll watch the rest of them.
No, you don't need to do that.
But I'll watch
Don't
that
do
first one.
Don't do that. But I will. I would say, on average, I would take most of those movies in that series over this, because at least it's not embarrassingly recreating the thing I like. It feels like a fan movie, guys. I don't know. I'm sorry. You know. Anyways, moving on.
I felt nothing.
December, The Power of the Dog. I think I know what this movie is, and I forgot what it is.
It's
Benedict Cumberbatch is a cowboy.
Yeah,
No
it's
idea what
got our
this
boy Jesse Plemons in it though.
It does,
and
Kirsten Dunst.
Huh? Oh yes, I did know this. I did. See
I don't
this.
know much about it. I just know that people are talking about it a lot.
Yeah, it's
I saw
very
a scene
highly
where
rated.
Kirsten Dunst and Jesse Plemons exchanging.
Yes.
Yeah, they are married, right?
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
Yep.
Man, how lucky of Kirsten Dunst.
How do we feel about Kirsten Dunst?
I love
like
Kirsten
her.
Dunst.
Am I
I've
imagining
seen
this,
her
or was
in
there
some
that
very bad movie?
She's
was
in
that
very
yes
bad-
the one with the weed?
Woodshock. That
Yeah.
movie
Yeah.
sucks. Maybe that's the last movie that made me that mad. That movie is so stupid.
I thought about
But,
that
like,
movie and your reaction to it recently.
I really love Virgin Suicides.
I like
seen
Marie
that
Antoinette.
Oh, Marie Antoinette's
I
great.
need to see that.
I like
need to
that
see that
movie
so
a lot.
badly.
I
but-
don't like Melancholia very much.
I
like Small Soldiers.
It's a
Small
great
Soldiers
movie.
is pretty fun.
You saw an interview with the vampire recently.
I did.
She's
She
a
was
child
really good
in
in
that.
that one.
She's a little
Yeah.
child.
I have not seen Elizabethtown.
No, that
Directed
seems like a
by
bad
the guy
one.
who made Vanilla Sky after he did Vanilla Sky.
Jumanji, one of my favorite
Oh,
movies of all
Jumanji.
time.
Anyways, does this movie look good?
Kirsten Dunst is great. That's all we're trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does this look good? People say it's
I'll
good.
watch it.
People say it's good.
I
I'm
like-
not a
I
big.
like cowboy movies.
I don't like cowboy movies.
Yeah.
I'll report.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
But
I don't like Cowboys and Aliens, the movie.
I haven't seen that.
That's not
Sounds bad.
George, you and I almost saw Benedetta.
We
and
almost
then
saw
you
Benedetta.
Said, no,
Yeah.
thanks. Actually,
I was like, I'm not feeling this, actually.
I have seen Benedetta.
Mm-hmm.
is it about nuns?
It is.
Are they gay?
Maybe.
Oh no, not in my Christian
Paul
podcast.
Verhoeven, so is there like a really uncomfortable where we mix violence and sex, maybe? Or just violence, a lot of violence?
Maybe.
George, we really missed out there.
Yeah, we missed out.
It's a crazy movie.
We watched Dragon Ball Evolution that day instead.
Dragon Ball Evolution.
That's
I will watch.
I think you guys won.
I will watch. So, did you not like Benedict?
No, I liked it. It's just,
It was just a lot.
it was a lot.
Oh, okay.
But not in like a bad way. It was just like a.
Huh.
It's not like
It's
not,
fun. I had fun.
It's not crazy enough. Where it's like cinema.
Yeah.
It's just like
It's not Showgirls.
Okay.
All right. Well,
It's fun.
If Benedetta's around, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
What is Flea?
It's a animated documentary about a guy who was who fled from Afghanistan with a group of human traffickers, I believe.
Oh.
And it's him sitting down with his friend, like telling this story for the first time. And I've heard that it's
This looks
amazing.
great.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like an animated documentary.
This looks like it's
that's
gonna
just-
fuck my whole life up.
Yeah, it
Man.
looks very devastating and cool.
Huh.
But yeah, so I just wanted to shout that
Okay.
out because I feel like I think it's gonna probably do super well at Oscars and everything as well.
Okay.
Because it'll probably get animated and like animated noms and
Foreign.
documentary noms and
documentary.
foreign film noms.
That looks great. Okay, cool. West Side Story does not look great, and I cannot fucking wait to not see a goddamn trailer for this movie. And God bless you, whoever the actress is, but I do not want to hear you say tonight ever again.
Me and my mom already have our tickets.
I figured, your mom.
You'll have to report.
Yeah.
Well, actually, do you like West Side? So you're a musical
I haven't
aficionado.
seen it.
So,
I'm debating whether I should, because I have it. I bought the DVD.
I did not know what it was about until I was like, oh, okay, that's what it's
I'm
about.
debating whether I should watch the original before, because my mom plays in a lot of pit orchestras for shows at the Omaha Community Playhouse, and she played in the pit orchestra for that show, and she loves the music in that show. So, and I am gonna let you know that I really like the trailer, and I'm like so conflicted because I hate Ansel Elgort so much, but I'm like, damn it.
That's the thing for me. It's
this movie looks so good, but I hate him.
I think that's, from what I've heard of what people said about it, is like, that is actually the thing. Like, oh, this movie's really good, but he's actually not very good at it.
It just makes me wish that like Taron Egerton was available.
It
or
would have
something,
been
because
cool.
I love
That'd
him.
been
I don't
good.
know how his American accent is.
It's also weird just because like this movie was filmed like a long time ago, and then since then a lot of the Ansel Elgort stuff has happened.
Oh
so
yeah,
it's
that's
just,
true.
So it's just like rough stuff.
Yeah.
Rough stuff.
So I'm gonna see it, but I might have a hard time giving it my full heart because I just hate him so much.
Red Rocket. What is it? I don't know any movies,
This
folks.
is
George
the
doesn't
new,
know anything.
Sean, what's his name? Who made
This is what
Baker.
Florida Project?
Yeah.
and,
Oh! I've seen a
it's-
poster for this.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we saw the trailer for
It's
this.
about.
He's a-
I believe he's a porn
Porn,
actor.
yes.
Yeah.
And it just looks like a Sean Baker movie about a guy who's a porn actor walking around with all of his. He's down and out in Los Angeles.
I did not see
He's an
Florida
ex-porn
Project. I
star.
do like Tangerine a
Florida
lot.
Project is so good. I haven't
not
seen
any
Tangerine.
of his movies.
Florida Project is amazing.
I just really love his Letterboxd review of Florida Project, where he gave it 1 star and he just said, "The last shot is filmed on digital. Yuck!"
That's really funny.
It's really good.
No,
It's
yeah.
really good.
Okay.
That's one of my.
I love a director shitting on their own movie
Yeah,
for a
that
stupid
movie's
reason.
really good. One of my favorite Willem Dafoe performances.
Oh,
in
okay.
that movie.
I need to
Very,
watch
very
that.
good.
Spider-Man, No Way Home. Spider-Man, baby.
Yeah. How are you feeling about this one, George?
Ryan, you and I think we both do not give a shit about this Spider-Man. Like the
No.
character.
He is my least favorite of the Spider-Man.
But I hate how conceptually it has reignited my passion for Spider-Man. And looking back on those movies and like
Yes.
the arc of Spider-Man, where he's gone in our lives, and I'd be like, fucking fine.
I know. I hate that. I hate that too. Like the moment I saw Alfred Molina show up, I was like, God damn, he's so
good in that movie.
He's so good.
So sexy.
And like I think that's like, even with these new Spider-Man movies, the things I feel like they've gotten is like the villains have been very good.
Sure.
Not
Michael Caine.
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton's Vulture was great.
That would've been awesome.
Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio was
He was
great.
fantastic, yes.
And like this movie's just like, let's just get all the best villains. Like, and that's great. Like, I feel like Jamie Foxx's Electro was very good in that movie. That
They redid his design, which is great, yeah.
yeah. And then I'm just
We got William Dafoe doing the press junket for fucking Spider-Man, and it's been fucking great.
it has been
Oh
great.
my god, him talking about Green Goblin and his motivations as Spider-Man.
It's so good.
It's fucking great.
It's just what I need.
He
in
looks
this
like
world.
he's fucking got the goblin gas right now. He looks like he's about to go. He's got to grab fucking Alfred Molina and be like, back to formula. Whatever the hell.
It's just it's so great, and there might be some other Spider-Mans in this
Yeah.
movie too. They probably are, but I'm not gonna say that or not. And what's also gonna say is if they are in this movie, like they're gonna outshow Tom Holland 100%. It's like, guys, come on.
But to be fair, I will say the best Spider-Man out of those three is Andrew Garfield, in my opinion.
Oh yes,
100%.
I think so too. I think he's the best one, and he just was not in the best films.
Yeah, his movies were bad.
Yeah, his movies. But I feel like when I think about his movies, I think those movies had some really great sequences that showed like.
I think it's the
really
chemistry.
great.
It's like clear that Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone want to make out. the
Oh
whole time.
yeah,
that's
too.
what works about that movie.
That too. I just feel like the scene on the bridge in Amazing Spider-Man 1 with him and the kid when he's saving the kid, and that Times Square sequence is made in Spider-Man 2.
I don't remember that at all.
That sequence is
Oh,
amazing.
it's like yes, I remember like they're fighting. He's fighting Electro, and
Yes.
the Hans Zimmer score is going.
That scene's
crazy.
amazing. That's like the best Spider-Man sequence. It's incredible. It has great like slow-mo spider sense stuff. He's protecting people. He's like talking this guy down. He doesn't want to hurt him. It's amazing. And Tom Holland sucks. He's just a little English boy trying his best.
Honestly, I think at least a good percentage of my dislike for Marvel nowadays is because people cannot love the Tom Holland Spider-Man so much. Like, I don't get it.
I don't get it.
Anyways, I'm looking forward to this movie.
I'm looking forward
I have
to
a good time.
I feel like we're gonna need to like not be on the internet for a few days.
Sure.
Because we're seeing it on a Saturday, which is gonna be a little rough.
That is gonna be rough.
People are. Like
it's gonna be
Thursday night.
Suck.
It's gonna blow up with everything.
Suck.
So I'm gonna.
Maybe I just go watch it. Maybe I'll sneak in and watch it by myself. We'll see.
If you do that, George,
we'll
maybe
see.
invite your
Maybe
friend
we'll
Ryan.
watch it again, and I'm fine with watching it.
I'm fine with watching it again too. We'll have to try very soon because tickets.
I mean,
are
Midtown is opening, and they just put up a bunch of tickets. So
maybe we should look at that after this. All right.
I'll see it eventually. Maybe, I don't know.
Carrie,
I feel like it would be more fun to go with the big crowd, though. I just don't know if I'll
like I said, I saw Endgame by myself with me and Don and Joe, and everybody every 5 months when people on Twitter be like, "This moment, guys," I'd be like, "I have no idea what you're talking." It was dead silent. So, anyways, Nightmare Alley. I did not know this was a remake until recently.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know much about it. I'll watch it.
I don't know
I
much
think it's based
either.
on a book too.
Yeah. This is the big I think this is a big Guillermo has wanted to make this for a while, kind of thing, and now he's
got carte blanche. Yeah.
After Shape of Water, he's just able to do whatever he wants now,
yeah.
which
good.
God bless
awesome.
him. God bless.
Thank God.
It's not looking good for him.
Yeah,
Man, I forget that movie won Movie of the Year.
Best
Picture.
Sure.
As it
God
should
bless.
have.
It deserved.
As
That
it
was
should
such a
have.
good year.
God bless.
Oh my
God, and then we, then the next.
All the good karma was taken back.
I remember because I watched the one that when that Oscar the year that Shape of Water won. I was watching the Oscars with my dad.
Yeah.
And then we were getting ready to watch it the next year when Green Book won. I think was the next year, right?
Yeah, that was next year.
But he was talking about it before, and he was like, "Yeah, it's really fun to watch the Oscars with Carrie. It's like watching a big sporting betting event." And then I'm watching because I was so excited when Shape of Water won, and then the next year fucking Green Book wins, and I'm like, "Oh my fucking god!" And I just have a fucking inward meltdown. And my family's like,
"Not my cup of tea."
That was the best part of that.
British ensign.
I remember your text to me was just, what?
That didn't even enter my consciousness that Green Book
was even possible.
It was so fucking weird.
It's like it's crazy.
It was.
Who was nominated?
It was that Black Klansman,
Black Panther,
Bohemian Rhapsody, which is what I
that
thought
felt like that was
win.
a cynical. Like, that's gonna win.
I was like, well, here we go, and probably a few other ones that I'm forgetting. Because I didn't watch, fucking Vice, I think.
Oh, yeah,
Vice. Nobody cared about Vice.
Yeah, and it won Best Makeup over Border, and I was like, you fucking jackasses.
That's
Jesus
all
Christ.
Border had going
God.
for it.
Anyways.
Still mad about the Border makeup snub at the Oscars.
I will watch Nightmare Alley. I don't know anything about the history of it, but I'm not going to watch it. So come on now. I'm not going to watch that. You kidding me? Let's just go. The Matrix Resurrections, folks.
Baby.
It is funny how I've gone from a person who not cared about the Matrix to loving the first Matrix so much. I'll probably watch it by myself tomorrow night at Alamo.
Nice.
I hope it's good. I don't know. It's weird.
Curious.
I don't know.
I want to rewatch the first one. I have not gotten a solid answer on whether I should watch the second and third one.
Yeah, me either. I've not watched them. No context, just the first one, and I saw the Animatrix.
The 20 minutes of the third one that Greg showed me were awful, so I don't know.
Yeah.
It might be fun though, but I don't know. I'm cautiously excited.
So it's weird. Like, I hope that but the thing for me is, like, I hope I can enjoy it not having seen 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Or at least glean something from it, because obviously it's going to be meta or whatever the hell. I hope it has something interesting to say.
Yeah, I don't know.
Lana Wachowski has had a whole fucking, 8 years where people just stole red pill as a fucking dumbass fucking thing. Like you would imagine she has things to say. We'll see. I love the first Matrix. I hope I like this, and I'll go watch the other stuff after that. Yeah, I don't know. Ryan will not be watching the Matrix Resurrection.
I might. I don't know. I hate the Matrix so much.
Love the Matrix.
Like, I want to like the Matrix because, like, there's like, you know, the Kowskis are trans, and there's the whole like idea like there's a lot of trans like ideology in there. But when I watch the movie, I just don't see it.
I see so much, man. The Matrix.
I can't see it. I just see the dude bros who are like, yeah, it's like you know, just you know, I'm Neo.
What I like about the Matrix, I've never said, the thing I love about the Matrix the most, it is the ultimate, the end of the 90s movie. What the fuck will the 2000s bring? What is the next decade going to look like? It is like, I love movies, I think, and this is probably why I like Vanilla Sky, I like movies that are at the end of the 90s, but before 9/11. That weird space where we're like, what is the 2000s going to be?
That
like
whole new era
a whole
ahead of
new
us.
thing.
Yeah.
And then what happens is like, oh, patriotism, like military, like the United States, rah, rah, rah. Spider-Man is jumping off of an American flag at the end of Spider-Man. Like that stuff. And the Matrix is pure.
You're in New York, baby. You mess with one of us. You mess with all of us.
Yeah, and I love.
I like how much me and George have that movie just like in our DNA.
Yeah, I love that. I love how it is a blend of all this weird sci-fi nonsense. I love the Matrix so much. It's great, but it sucks that all the stuff that was sincere at the time has now been co-opted by fucking like Space Jam, fucking the granny doing the Trinity kick and all the nonsense.
Sucks.
But anyways, Space Jam.
Space Jam sucked.
That was really bad.
Greg keeps defending it, and I keep talking about how much I hated it, and he's like, Carrie, why? It's good. And I was like, it's not good. It's nothing. It's really bad.
It's like the most cynical bad time ever. Oh man.
Fucking Greg.
Anyway, Sing 2. They're making another Sing, folks.
This is what Taron Egerton was busy doing.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, he's in that?
He's the gorilla. Yeah.
Oh.
He's so talented.
Speaking of Taron Egerton, the Kings, man. I really hate that I don't care at all about this.
It feels like I feel like that's one of our most severe downward trajectories because we all. Did you like Kingsman, Ryan? I don't remember.
Yeah, I like the first Kingsman quite a bit.
We all loved Kingsman, and then we were like Kingsman 2, and it was like, oh, bad. And now it's like.
Yeah, for Kingsman 2, I was like, all right, I would love to see, you know, Matthew Vaughn do something else with his style. But he's like, I'm gonna make the King's Man. It's like,
yeah.
I'm glad you have this franchise that you really care about, but I really want you to take all the stuff you've learned from it and make something different and new and exciting. Because I just don't. I don't care enough about this franchise.
I don't know about you guys,
anymore.
but I don't even like feel that fondness for the first one.
It's been 6 years.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
So maybe I should rewatch it. But it's like when I think about it, it's so like. I feel so removed from the person who loved that movie so much.
That movie had an original Iggy Azalea. It's been 2014 came out.
Long time.
Yeah.
I'll double check. But yeah, it came out the same year as 50 Shades.
I know, it's the same day.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That movie had an Iggy Azalea song as like an original thing. That's why I think 2014, because that was the year that person mattered.
Yep, 2014.
That's what I thought. So it's been a long fucking time.
Yeah. I will probably watch this.
Like somebody mentioned recently, the Freebird scene is like, I forgot how good that was.
It was so good.
Yeah,
it feels like we don't I feel like I don't think about that movie ever anymore. Yeah. I don't know what happened.
Anyways, it's weird. Also, like since the Fox merger with Disney and the pandemic, that it feels like this movie is just coming out.
Yeah.
Just get it out there, like get it out there. I think. Ryan, I think they literally did a showing of the Kingsman with the Game Awards in select theaters just to show people the Kingsman.
Really?
Yeah, which is really depressing.
I could imagine nothing more miserable than 3 hours of the Game Awards
and then
you watch the King's Man. That's just like I would just pass out.
Anyway, speaking of Vice, Don't Look Up.
Don't Look Up, yeah. No,
Adam
McCabe.
McCabe.
One of his newer movies that are serious, but also a little
funny, a little crazy. People are bad.
I keep trying to watch The Big Short, and I keep stopping.
I liked it a lot at the time,
seen it.
but I started watching Succession, which Adam McKay produced.
Oh,
And
okay.
I love Succession
good
so
I was talking
much.
to Greg about Succession the other day because it's one of those things where I hadn't heard of it, and then I feel like overnight everyone.
Yeah,
was
everybody
watching
started
it.
watching
And I was like,
Succession.
what the fuck is this?
What is it on again?
HBO.
HBO. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it.
It is very much an Adam. I mean, he's a producer, executive, but it's like people
Is it like
in business.
corporate-y?
Exactly, corporate being shitbags to each other, and like the action is like, I can't believe how much of a shitty person you are, and you just did that to somebody. That's what it is a lot. But yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll watch that.
But I saw a clip for this, and it just, I'm sure it's fine, and I like Jonah. Jonah Hill looks great, but it looks a little like a parody because it has all these stars and
it's
this make
got
and
Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence,
it's
Yeah.
like,
Meryl Streep.
what is like it just feels fake,
Like Adam McKay just has a lot of friends,
right?
now.
Yeah.
And like we're in there, we're shooting or doing a monologue, and we're all getting dressed up for it. It's weird.
know.
Also, Jennifer Lawrence.
No, I cannot remember the last thing I saw her in besides Mother.
Red Sparrow was the last big. Remember Red
I remember
Sparrow?
her. Yeah, I remember reading.
She was
somewhere
naked in that
or
movie.
Or
Okay.
hearing her talk in an interview about how she took a break from. Well, she had a kid also.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
I didn't know
she
that.
took a break
actually.
from
Okay, of course.
acting just because she was like, I could tell that people were getting tired of me. And I was like, oh no. But yeah, no, she didn't.
Red
have a child.
Sparrow was bad, man.
Really?
And I think
looked
you.
bad.
I respect the one she had a kid. She's like, yeah, I take a break. I'm a mother.
Yeah.
Come on now. And two, like after Red Sparrow, like she said, like, yeah, you know what? I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we
take
need
a
a break.
we need a break.
Was Passengers after that? Or
The Passengers before that.
Okay, I didn't.
That
see
didn't help.
either.
No one saw Passengers.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And that Mop movie,
Mop movie.
Joy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I forgot that director's name, but I don't think people cared about Joy as much as they cared about American Hustle or Silver Linings Playbook. A great movie, Silver Linings.
Silver Linings
Holy
Playbook
shit!
rocks. I like that
I've
movie.
not seen that.
Oh, it's great. It's incredible.
I don't know if you would like it.
I don't know
Ryan.
either. It's
I,
great.
I,
though.
I would say you could probably pass on it,
Oh,
Ryan.
thank
And I don't
God.
mean that in any kind of way. I'm just saying I
Thank
don't
God.
think
I
you
feel
would
like-
like it.
That was like the movie where people were like, "Oh, she can fucking act. She
Yeah.
can go."
Yeah.
Yeah. Licorice Pizza. I did not know that the plot of this movie until people reviews came out. That what's her first name? The Haim sister. Anyways, the Haim sister is playing like an 18-year-old, and like the kid is like a 12-year-old.
25.
25-year-old,
15.
and he's 15. I had no idea.
I
Yeah,
didn't
they
know
look
that
they look the
either.
same age.
I didn't know that
And
either.
you're like,
and I was like,
Hmm.
yo.
that
Interesting.
changes, yeah.
That changes some of this. Yeah.
So yeah, I did not know that until that. I was like, huh.
I don't know. I still want to see
I mean,
it.
I
I still
I'll
want to see
watch
it
it.
too. I've heard it's very good, but yeah, I was just like, huh, interesting.
And everybody, but
That makes me like, you think it's weird they hang out with this guy and his friends? Like, if they're 15 and you're 25, yes, that is weird.
I thought you
and
were
very
18.
bad.
and it's especially weird. So like, you guys are clearly have something to say because, like, all the like the posters and the key art, like she's like has that shirt without a bra on, and like her nipples are like erect, and like they've done like animated versions of that poster, and again, her nipples are erect in the animated poster. So it's like. You're saying something. What is going on in this? Oh my god, you guys missed it. There was like, it was like that part in like Sherlock where he's all like dog or whatever the hell. There was like
the Mind Palace.
the Mind
Yeah.
Palace thing. That was crazy.
George is talking about the movie.
I'm talking about Hulk. Sam Neill was like, there was like a square and then a triangle and a circle. Like, anyways,
What the hell?
he's flying. Hulk is flying around, folks.
Yeah,
We
this
love
movie's
it.
not very good.
He's going to San Francisco. Yeah, Licorice Pizza. We'll see.
I'm going in with a lot weirder feelings than
Me
I would
too.
have.
I'm still
Because I
excited
was really
for it.
excited, and I'm like, this is gonna be. But like, I don't know. I'm just curious
It's like
Paul
why?
Anderson
what are
is
it all? I guess it all
doing.
depends on what he says at the end of it.
Yeah.
Right,
'Cause
exactly.
if he-
Like, you have
'cause if
something.
he says this is a super cool thing, then
Like, it's a coming of age.
okay.
Yeah.
I guess it's just a coming of age movie with this kid. Was like that one time this 25-year-old girl like was into me? I don't
know.
I mean, here's the thing. People should be able to make a fake movie about that and explore that. Yeah. But it's still weird.
As a viewer, I am not interested in that sort of thing, but I don't know.
And as a writer and as a director, that you chased that is interesting. You are allowed to do that, though. I'm not saying
you are allowed. Of course, yeah. I just would like one character to be like, that's weird. And another could be like, it is weird. That's
the end.
Take a look at the long man. This pizza's pretty good.
Whoa. So yeah, if we can just that one scene, then I can be like, all right.
Anyways, what's a journal for Jordan?
Oh, that's the sad Michael B. Jordan.
Oh
movie.
Yeah, that looks bad, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it looks like another Oscar baity thing.
Yeah, I
don't know what it looks like.
Seeing trailers for it a lot, so I put it on the list.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for your service. Okay, cool.
Tragedy of Macbeth.
That's this year? I thought it was January. Oh, wow.
That's like end of the year. Apple's doing the theatrical thing, and then I think January for Apple TV.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Because they want it to be their theater. We're in
also, it's gonna be like an Oscar. Like that's their shot.
Yeah.
If this wins Oscars, Apple TV. There it is, baby.
I still don't know if it'll be that.
I don't know. I mean, it's black and white. It's fucking Macbeth, and it's got Denzel Washington. So you know what? Why not?
I'll watch it.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure.
I'll see it, I guess.
What is
Cyrano?
Carrie, I watched this trailer with Carrie, and
You watched me go on a journey.
I felt Carrie just like discover something inside of herself that she didn't know.
Because this is a new adaptation of Cyrano de Bergerac, which is it's like a I don't know what the word for it is, but it's like a poem. It's told in script. It's an older story. I read it in World Lit, and it's about a guy who is a poet, but he has a really big nose, and he finds himself super ugly, but he's in love with this woman, and he writes these poems for her through the mouth of this other attractive man. But this movie is that same story, but in place of a man with a large nose, you have Peter Dinklage, who is playing that character.
Yes, I remember this.
And
yes.
I was like,
I saw a trailer for this.
I was like, ooh, okay. And then they started singing, and I was like, oh my fucking god.
Yes.
And it's by the guy who did Pride and Prejudice, and I was like, holy shit. So this rocketed its way into one of my most anticipated movies of the year, because I was excited, and it's got the lady from Swallow in it.
Oh, and, I like her.
She's great.
She's
I'm just saying, I'm excited. It might be really bad, but it might be really good.
Yeah, that trailer I was like, what is going on? I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah, I also didn't know what was going on, but meanwhile, Carrie was having an out-of-body experience.
Because I was already like, I like old-timey, big costume.
Yeah.
Yes,
like, then I was like, oh, cool. And then she's in the carriage and starts singing, and I'm like, oh no.
What's happening to me?
Have you seen Bridgerton, Carrie?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
People like Bridgerton.
Is that the sexy show?
That's the Shonda Rhimes sexy old-timey song.
Got it. Yeah,
Carrie, there is a Downton Abbey sequel coming out. Did you know this?
Yes, I did see this. Yes, I did see
that. Nothing brought me more joy than seeing a movie with Carrie and a Downton Abbey trailer would come on and she would go, "Oh Christ!"
I hated that trailer so fucking much because it just assumed that I'm a big Downton Abbey fan, and I'm fucking
so did the Downton Abbey movie one. Was like, it's finally time.
Shitting my pants watching this trailer.
Looks like we're back at the Abbey, right?
12 exterior shots of this house. Like, we have to go back. It's like, what are you talking
from? Where? I didn't watch the show.
Thought that show was over. Why are they doing another movie? I thought that was the finale. No.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Maybe there wasn't as many trailers. Because I remember being relentless trailers for the first one.
I kept getting emails about it. I was like, leave me alone. Fuck Downton Abbey.
Anyways, yeah, that's December.
Downton Abbey, a new era.
What do you
2022, March 18th, 2022. That's like the week after Batman. Do they really? I guess the audience is going to
So
be there.
it's not coming out this year.
No, it's next year, but I know it's coming out.
mentioned it.
I know it's coming out. I just want to tell Carrie.
It's weird. I feel like I had nothing against that show until I was just inundated with that trailer over and over and over. It's like, now fuck that show.
Well, that's that, folks. I am excited for The Matrix. I hope it's good. The stuff's coming out.
I'm hoping I can watch a Spider-Man movie I don't hate for the first time in. Well, Spider-Verse
I don't
is
hate.
perfect.
It's true. I don't
Spider-Verse
hate
is
the other two
amazing.
Spider-Man movies. I just think they're dumb. I mean, they're fine. I don't know.
They're just smooth brain, and I don't like that. I like my Spider-Man movies to be thoughtful.
I was gonna say, yeah, that makes you sound really.
I like my Spider-Man movies to be thoughtful.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Verse is very good though.
Spider-Verse
It is thoughtful.
Spider-Verse is genuinely amazing.
It's amazing. I'm very excited for that sequel.
Hell yeah.
Excited for Morbius.
Morbius. Oh, that's January.
It is January.
Yeah, good movies come out in January. I hear.
I love January.
Yeah. It's me, Michael Morbius. You know, Morbius.
I don't know.
He does a Venom joke in it. In the new trailer, he's attacking a guy, and he's like, "Who are you? I'm Venom." And he's like,
Venom's
"What?"
probably in that Spider-Man movie, right? The new one.
It might be a cameo.
Why not? Yeah. Anyways, that's podcast, folks. Carrie, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at KAR_ELyles, LYLES, or on Letterboxd just by searching my first name, Carrie, KARRIE.
Mm-hmm. Ryan, where can people find you?
Letterboxd Film Piece. That is where you find me. Talk about Spencer.
Spider-Man 2.
I want to get because Spencer comes out on physical in January, but I'm thinking like, no, I want it on Criterion.
Do you think it's gonna get it?
I want it on Criterion. Like a
Personal Shopper was fast.
Personal Shopper was fast.
Really fast, yeah.
I think Spencer will be on Criterion or like an Arrow
Something
or
cool,
or a nicer one. I want that movie in a nice thing because I really like it.
Mm-hmm.
It has great style, so I want the box to look good. All right?
Okay.
Listen to me.
Hulk is dying. He's in space now.
Who cares? His dad can absorb things.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, he looks just horrible. George, where are you on the internet?
I'm at jcruzalvarez26, or you can find me maybe playing Enter the Matrix, the video game, and the Matrix Path of Neo, and looking up lore on the Matrix MMORPG, where Morpheus dies in the MMORPG.
That's why he's not played by the guy in the new one.
Yeah.
Is what I've heard on the internet.
Yeah. Need that.
Dang. That sucks.
Yep. Anyways, until next time, laugh and grow fat. I don't know. Hulk. Ang Lee. Oh, yeah, I remember. Hold on a second. I remember this.
This was in the trailer, yeah.
Yes, it was in the trailer. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, there it is.
What in the fuck? Is this a nightmare?
This is a nightmare sequence, yeah. It's it's like duality of man. This is the scene in the mirror where like he like pushes the fog and he's like, oh, the Hulk's on the other side.
Now he's in San Francisco.
This podcast goes for another hour while we just.
Anyways, that's a podcast. The Incredible Hulk is not that bad. Watch that instead. See you next time.